For a lot of traders, Friday is their least favorite day of the week because there is no stock market tomorrow. But what I'll do is I will go back and look through the week, look at some stocks that you requested, and go over some analysis to figure out what the stocks have been doing and what they might do going forward, looking at candlestick sentiment. Let's dive in and check out this free real life stock review presented by your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsome. Let's dive in. Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Jerremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com here in Pikesville, Maryland, just minutes away from hopping over and going to join my meditation retreat. So I'll be kind of MIA for a little bit this weekend. But what I can say is there's some greatness going on in the markets. The SPY grinding a little bit higher. So continuing up a little bit, closing above some good levels. The bull trend continues by the dip, still strong. The force is strong. The Qs also a little bit of a hammer candle. Again, trend looks pretty good there. The Dow Jones also same thing. Just looks like we're just going to slowly continue barely creeping up just a little bit higher overall. A lot to talk about today. Here's a quick picture of the gatherers that we had today in Pikesville area. We had a wonderful, just absolutely incredible 5-hour day trading session this morning together, live, in person, walking around, sharing computer screens, sharing stories, sharing names, contact emails, and just really enjoying each other's company. It was truly a wonderful experience and just absolute magical time. So thank you everyone for being a part of that. We looked at a lot of stocks. One of those stocks, I'll pull up the watch list, was ATEN. And ATEN, the trade that we were looking at this morning, was buying it at 629. So 629 with a stop at 579. So this was a setup that we did in the live session today. And shout outs to Joe for making, I believe, 3 R's on that trade on ATN. Not this exact trade, but he played it with options actually. So A10 Networks, beautiful bounce, gorgeous trend, nice little move, very beautiful fade. So that was quite delectable. My boy, Blake Anderson, somehow found Starbucks and shorted it the only time it could have possibly made money. So Blake, great trade. The Blakester got in right there and got out mainly down here for a solid gain. I mean, this was just wonderful analysis on his part that worked out really well. We did get stopped out on a swing trade on Lyft, LYFT. Tried to go long. Did exit for a small position. Probably going to try it again based on today's candle, and we'll just see what ends up happening. But Lyft, we'll see if that one ends up bouncing. But one that's working out really well right now is Pinterest. So Pinterest got in at 25 bucks, and she's presently moving well, moving and shaking, looking pretty, hitting 2 R's today. And we'll see if we continue up with that pace. Maybe it'll continue higher. I think it will. Right now, the trend looks pretty strong on Pinterest, so just going to figure out how long specifically we can end up holding that one. Tesla, also a big name today, and a lot of you were not surprised by Tesla because remember, they came out with earnings yesterday, and earnings were terrible. It did gap down, and it opened below the low of this candle, took out this support. It was a perfect retest gap yesterday, and Tesla just continued lower today. That is pretty much the analysis that I mentioned a few days ago, that Tesla would be coming into this support area. So this was April 22nd, mentioning that Tesla was going to trade lower into this area. And from here, this is the spot where I'm going to be really interested to see if it does go any lower or if it starts bouncing down here, because this is the price range where I personally think that everyone's going to get stopped out on Tesla, or I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people are going to get stopped out on Tesla. It's breaking many obvious support levels, and we could easily go lower from here, and very well might. But what we have to understand is this could be a trap, and we bounce bullish, or if we start making realistically any lower lows from here on Tesla, I actually think that there's a really good chance we could pull all the way back to 190. We will see, but I do not foresee that being a massive issue with Tesla if it starts making any lower lows at all next week. 190 is a strong possibility. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see. But at 190, that's most likely a little bit of a stopping spot on Tesla. So we shall see. NVIDIA today, beautiful gap down into some support. Nice lower shadow. Nice little bounce off the 50 EMA. Square, trading a little bit sideways. Earnings right around the corner. Not doing all that much. Netflix, had a trader ask about when to buy call options on Netflix. And it was a really beautiful pullback and a nice dip buying opportunity. 3M, a little bit of a small bullish candle today, just kind of hanging out, trading into the 200 simple moving average again, trading into a support zone again, and this is a spot where you could consider looking at some bull put spreads on 3M. Folks from around the world, get your requests in. I'll be back in Nashville on Monday, where we will have ourselves another real life stock review, and next Friday I'm going to be reviewing some trades that you all send me and looking at figuring out what we can do to better ourselves on those particular trades. You'll see more coming. You guys rock. Bye.